But guess what, man? Playoff sweepstakes, baby. Oh, yes. Time for these overreactions. The sweepstakes is coming. It's coming, and it's starting in Miami because guess what? You're down 2-0 going home. You had your chance in game one. Jimmy Butler has not looked great. Bam has not looked great. And guess what? The Bucks are for real. They made changes. They added pieces because they saw that Giannis could not be the table setter all the time. So what do? We replace Eric Bledsoe with Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday can play defense, he can set the table, and he can also get a bucket. We add PJ Tucker, and guess what? When those roles reverse in crunch time now, where Chris Middleton doesn't have to create, Giannis doesn't have to create, it looks better. Bud has made some he has changed some of the things that he does coaching-wise. They're using Giannis differently. He's not just bringing the ball down the court and just running straight and pressing square. They're for real. But the thing about the Heat, and everybody talks about Heat culture, and guess what? Heat culture exists, but it doesn't work without great players. I'm not going to call Heat culture a myth, but I think it's largely overblown because of what they did last season, which was great. The fact that D-Wade won his ring with Shaq, and LeBron and D-Wade won the 2 rings. But guess what's been consistent? Great players. All NBA players. So that's what makes the Heat culture work, because guess what? When they did not have great players, they weren't taken seriously. 8 seed, maybe. Missing the playoffs. Yeah. So in the bubble, let's think about why Heat culture worked. Because they are a strict, structured organization, and they were taken out of Miami. If you take Miami Heat out of South Beach, you have a totally different team. Why? Because they are focused. They don't have to deal with the distractions that are right outside of their houses. It's the same thing with the Phoenix Suns. People said, oh, yeah, the Phoenix Suns are playing great in the bubble because they don't have the distraction of Phoenix in their face. Same with the Heat. So the reason why Tyler Hero was cooking was because he was focused on basketball. And guess what? After they got a little bit of acclaim, apparently he's a celebrity down there. And guess what? He's taking it in, which means he's staying out later. He's not going to the gym as much. He's like, I'll be all right because I did this. But I'm not going to sit here and discredit what happened in the bubble, because at the end of the day, you have to play the games. But let's provide some context here, man. The Heat are getting swept. The Bucks are focused. They're not playing around with the Heat. The Heat are getting swept, and I wonder what they do next year. Next, Boston and Brooklyn. Sweepstakes. Get him out of here. No Jalen. Looks like Jason Tatum got poked in the eye. He don't want to play no more. And the Brooklyn offense is clicking on all cylinders. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful things to see, to watch how that offense works, man. And it's the perfect storm, because Boston doesn't have any type of post presence that Brooklyn has to respect. And their perimeter defenders are who? Marcus Smart, but he's not what he used to be, and he can't stay in front of Kyrie Irving. I mean, he can't do anything with Kevin Durant. And James Harden, come on, man. You start doing all that hackety-hack fouling stuff, James just going to live off the free throw line. So it's the perfect storm for Brooklyn to look the best that they can look. Now, do I think that Brooklyn's going to look this way in the second round? Absolutely not. Just because of the offensive and defensive matchups that they'll have to deal with Milwaukee. There's just no way that they're going to look this good. It's just, I mean, the lane is wide open. You got Blake Griffin dunking on people again. And James Harden, bro, James Harden might be the best point guard in the NBA. I mean, he was the best shooting guard in the NBA before this past season. But now the way he plays the point guard, the way that he distributes the ball, keeps everybody engaged, and he can still pick his spots to get his buckets. I mean, really, James Harden might be the best point guard in the league. And it's beautiful, beautiful to watch. Now they're heading into Boston, and Kyrie, you know, he alluded to some of the keep it about basketball and some of the racist stuff that happens in Boston. Boston has a storied history of being a racist city. I hope that what happens on the court is on the court and they can keep it clean out there. But I do like Kyrie fanning the flames. I do like Kyrie adding a little, creating a false enemy out there to just keep those guys locked in and focused so they can get this sweep. Because yes, there is racism. Yes, there's going to be racist things said, but we know that Brooklyn is a far superior team to Boston. So just finding any little edge, any little chip, I absolutely love it, man. Is there anything else I have on them? No, but it's gonna. Kyrie's gonna get booed. Kyrie's gonna get booed because of the way he left Boston, and it's gonna be his first time playing there in front of fans, and it's in the playoffs. I hope he give him a 40 ball. To be honest with you, I just hope he that Kyrie, Uncle Drew, all of that, man. And the next sweep, the Kings of LA, a new sheriff in town, Kawhi Town, 213. Come on, man. Come on, man. You get 41 from Kawhi and 28 from championship Chuck. I mean, playoff P. I mean, Paul George, and you still lose. So Luka plays Kawhi to a draw. Paul George plays, or Tim Hardaway Jr. plays Paul George to a draw. And the deepest team in the NBA is looking real shallow. I don't know what's going on in the Clippers land. No, I do. Yes, I do. Let me stop it. They're the Clippers. They're the Clippers. They'll always be the Clippers. And they're clipping, and they're getting clipped in 4. And now we can finally crown Luka. We can crown Luka because this is the playoff moment that matters. What he did last year was like, oh, showing flashes. You're looking good, but you got put out first round. But if you take a team that a lot of people pick to go to the finals, at least the Western Conference Finals, and you sweep them, Luka, we can crown Luka as the next best thing. The next best thing. Yeah, I absolutely love it. He's out there. He's playing well. He's talking noise, telling him, you too little. You too little. He getting a little poster there, you know. It's not a good-looking poster, but it's one you can put on the wall. You know, ain't nobody going to say, ooh, take that down. It was a nice-looking poster, but it's not, you know, the best poster. But, yeah, Luka is doing what he's supposed to do. And with that, man, sometimes it's okay to be on time. Everybody's in such a rush to be first or be early. But if the party don't start till 10 and you get there at 10 o'clock, what did you miss? And so that's where I'm at with Luka. I just wasn't trying to be early to the Luka party. I saw the talent, but I was like, let me see how this wins. And now it's working in the playoffs. So guess what? I'm on time to the Luka party. And for y'all, those of you who are early, good on you, man. Just don't be late.